This is another living alone vlog, except this one is living alone after a breakup. So it's a little bit different. I've definitely done most, if not all of my healing from this offline. You know, there's still a ways to go, but I did want to kind of give you guys an update on how I'm dealing with this and what has helped me, if there's anyone who's also going through this, or maybe you just want to see what it's like living alone. Lately, I feel like I've been really finding my independence. I've technically always lived alone because I didn't sign this lease with anyone. But lately I've found my independence more than ever because I am not relying on someone, you know, staying here all the time. So I feel like now more than ever, I truly live alone. I wanted to catch you guys up on where I'm at, you know, talk about what eras I'm currently in, because I know you guys love that, even though you definitely don't love it because you guys are probably so tired of hearing me say the word, I'm in my blank era. Like, Ava, shut up. I get it, I do. And I also kind of just wanted to talk about what's been helping me, and I don't know, we're all in this together. Okay, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, or shall I say couch, because I got a new one. Can we talk about the fact that this new couch very well might not even fit in here? In an interesting turn of events, it is not coming assembled, and I have to assemble this couch.
Correction, we.
Correction, we, because Nia's here. Go, don't cut the couch!
No, go. I'm gonna cut it. Bitch, that looks so good. Okay, let's start moving things. Oh, we're so stupid, Abe.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, this is so much better.
Wait, yeah, no, seriously. Are you
Wait,
kidding?
stop. Wait, it's so much longer too.
Yeah.
My whole body fits
Yeah.
on it, dude.
You can even scoot back more.
We did not need a man.
Except for the man that brought it up.
Except for the man who delivered it.
Yeah.
But yeah. She is so comfy. The reject, aka my ex couch, is sitting right over there waiting to be sold off. You know, sometimes if something reminds you of someone, a space reminds you of someone, it's okay to change it up. You know, I feel like freshening up a space is really nice. You obviously don't have to get whole ass new furniture to do that. But for me, even when I lived back at home, one of my favorite things to do whenever I felt like I was in a rut or things just felt very stale, I would rearrange my room as if I was a damn interior designer and architect. I would switch my bed facing all different directions and whatever. It was a really fun time. So I feel like that's actually what I need to do with this apartment soon, because I've lived here 8 months. Almost 9 months, I think now. I'm definitely gonna spend a lot of time rotting and sitting on this thing. Sorry, I don't know why my underwear is on the table. Something that's been making me really happy lately is, you know, returning to my roots with some things. And thus, I am back in my matcha era. If you followed me or watched me during quarantine, that's when matcha kind of became a part of my brand, which is kind of funny. And I was just posting it all the time, making it all the time. And I hadn't hadn't had it in months and months. And then the other day I was like, you know what? You know why my life has like, I go, you know why things have gone downhill? It's because I haven't had matcha. And then now we're on the uphill climb. One thing that has helped me tremendously, and this is gonna sound so dumb and so silly, but I truly just love romanticizing little moments in my day. I feel like whenever I was feeling down or overwhelmed or just like, you know, not feeling too good, I love to romanticize the shit out of my life. And I've talked about this in my podcast. If you don't listen to it, it's on my mind. You can find it on Spotify or Apple. But basically to do this, it's pretty simple. Sometimes I'll either pretend like I'm a character in a movie and that this life isn't even my life, I'm just like a character in it, if that makes sense. And other times I will just blast music. I have a few speakers in here and, you know, play some tunes that romanticize my life. So literally while I was making this matcha, I was listening to some coffee shop jazz music and I felt like I was a barista. It was really fun. Matcha era, cheers, she's back. Something that has been really funny to see is noticing how much more I'm in my socializing era recently, and just pouring into friendships, saying yes to more things. I've talked about this, but I truly feel like I've been saying yes to more, if not pretty much every opportunity that comes my way. And I think before it was almost this thing where I was like, I'm fine with where I'm at. You know, things were just very comfortable, whatever, and it's just nuts because lately I have made so many new friends, met so many new people, experienced new things that I would have never experienced. When you're going through a breakup, something that is really tough to deal with, and for me this was the toughest part, is handling, you know, the memories flooding back and thinking about the good times and, you know, just all the memories you create with someone. That was probably the hardest part for me, was just having that pop up and, you know, photos, videos, whatever it was, that really triggered such an emotional response from me. And a lot of healing had to take place for me to kind of be here now and be able to like talk about it pretty freely, and, you know, not be as emotional as I was about it. But it's been crazy to like look back now, or not even look back, but look at my life now and be like, wow, for so long I was mourning all of these memories, you know, grieving this, and now I am creating new ones that, you know, I probably would have never made.
Cheers. Energy drinks at, what time is it? 10 o'clock.
Cheers. There's two bitches in this world, the Alani Nu and the Celsius.
Celsi girls.
Nia and I have been friends for like 6 years.
Yeah.
We just made 6 years. Our anniversary recently happened. So and we've never gone out.
Never.
And we've been 21
Is
for a
it even
whole year.
recording?
Yes. We have been 21 for a
Each.
whole business year.
I'm like each.
And when we were young, we were like, we're gonna like live it up in our 20s. There has been no living it up.
That's never happened.
And then tonight, we were like riding in my car.
We don't give enough credit.
What?
Because like we haven't gone out, but
we haven't gone out, but like, I go, you know, in high school,
yeah, okay,
it's different, but we haven't gone to like a club together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I go, we've had our fun. I go, don't
get it wrong. Don't get twisted. We've had our fun.
And we were riding in the car tonight, like in our feels. And Nia goes, I don't have work tomorrow, and it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want to go out?
The way we both stared at each other like, should we?
No, because we're both the friends that like, we need the type of friend who's like, no, we're going out.
We're gonna do something.
We're just the agreeable friends. Yeah. It was like a 30-minute process to get here.
Yeah.
And now here we are. We're about to go out for the first time together.
I'm so
like
excited.
out.
All you ladies.
That's it.
That's all. I have been big into the self-care stuff recently because I just want to feel my best, obviously, and, you know, ultimately just want to do things that make me feel good. Sometimes it's silly little things like, you know, putting on a face mask or like shaving my legs in the shower, just little things like that. Other times, self-care looks like cleaning my apartment so that I don't get anxious from having a messy one, because that always makes me feel better when I have a clean space. And lately, especially, I have just been trying to take care of my body and my mind, and I have been super consistent with the workout classes that I just started. If you saw my last vlog, you would have seen that I am getting back into my workout class era. I have been loving doing the reformer Pilates and especially cycling. I didn't realize how much I missed that. And I also forgot how empowering cycling is, because the music is good. You're like watching yourself in this mirror ride this bike and you are just feeling yourself, and it's so nice. Stunning. I've also been treating myself, you know, a little bit here and there, so I wanted to show you some of the super cute dresses that I just got. They are from Aritzia. It is such a curse liking Aritzia, because literally you can just say goodbye to your money at that point. This first dress is definitely a little more cute and innocent vibes than the other two, but it is this adorable little black dress. It has the kind of shape that is just frilly, pretty girly, but I thought it's so cute. Wear it with some sneaks, a cute little purse, some sunnies, and I just thought this would be a really cute little outfit. This dress I'm so excited for because I'm obsessed with their sculpt knit material. I just feel like it hugs all the right spots. So this is in like a deep brown color, which I love brown, especially for the fall time. I just think it is still so basic like black, but not as basic as black, I guess. Look at the shape of this dress. If this doesn't make me look like an hourglass, I am returning it. So we'll see. And I'm really crossing my fingers that this one fits. It's kind of literally the exact same thing now that I'm looking at it, but this one is in like a silky material, so it's slightly different. We'll see what I end up keeping. But I just thought this would be a cute little dinner dress, going out dress, you know, for like a special little occasion. And the last thing, I stopped buying shoes for a while because I just have enough to last for a very long time. But I saw these and you will understand why I couldn't pass up on it. They are matcha green, New Balance, 550s. How adorable. I just couldn't not. Also, these look ginormous because they are. Because I have big feet. Let's talk about some of my tips for getting through a breakup. I feel like there's so many different things I could say, and I think every person has things that personally helped them that, you know, may work for some people, might not. Every breakup is so different. Everyone handles things differently. So I'm not saying that these tips are, you know, 100% guaranteed to work. These are just little things that personally help me through all of this. I feel like no matter what type of situation you're going through, whenever you're going through something, I think distracting yourself, but also being alone, you have to have a balance of both. I think distracting yourself is honestly healthy to a certain point, because you can't always just sit and rot in your thoughts, because that can also, like, that can be a dangerous place to be. You know, being alone too much when you're going through a lot can kind of lead to like a sticky situation. I think it's good to distract yourself sometimes. It's good to take your mind off of it. It's good to, you know, go out with your friends, or, you know, just doing something that takes your mind off of things is really good for you. But on the other hand, I also think there needs to be some inner reflection going on and time spent alone, time with your own thoughts, because sometimes if you are just constantly having other people feed you their opinions and what they think you should do, you know, it can be a lot of noise. And I think at a certain point you have to kind of figure those things out for yourself. So a balance of distracting yourself, but also spending time alone. You don't want to do too much of one, you don't want to do too much of another. I think you kind of have to find your own version of harmony for that. I don't know, everyone's different, and everyone kind of copes with going through stuff in different ways. Another thing I wrote was to take care of yourself and invest in your health and well-being, your mental health, physical health, whatever it is. You have to prioritize you like there is no tomorrow. This is the perfect time when you're going through something like this to reinvent yourself if you want to have that glow up you've been wanting to have, because now you have the motivation to fully just pour into you. Because I especially think when you're in a relationship, you spend so much time thinking about someone else and so much energy and time invested into them, and you now have that time and energy to pour into yourself. And I just think that has been so helpful and so great for me, is to pour into my own cup and really just do the things that maybe I had put off before. Another thing is to try something new. And this can be something big or small, but I think when you're going through a breakup, you've got to change up your life a little bit. You know, you're gonna add like some spice, because now is the perfect time to explore new things, try something new, try something different. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you'll hate it, but you'll learn something about yourself whether you like it or hate it with whatever you try. This tip is probably the hardest one to actually tackle, and that is to feel your feelings. I know it's so scary when you're going through something rough. It can be so daunting to face all those feelings head on and deal with them, because it is easier to push them away, but it is so much better for you in the long run to feel things out, feel your feelings, and be honest about how you're feeling rather than pushing it aside, because when you bottle things up, it just never works out. And when you let things grow inside of you, especially feelings, and you bottle those up, it is just an explosion waiting to happen. So I feel like when you deal with your feelings head on as you feel them, it is just so much better for you and healthier. Feeling your feelings is part of the healing journey. and you have to do it. I actually did a whole episode on my podcast with a friend of mine who also went through a long-term relationship breakup recently, and we talked all about our tips and our thoughts. So if you wanna get some more tips and information, you should definitely listen to that episode. It is one of my favorite episodes that I've done. Honestly, a mantra that I have been continuously telling myself is day by day. Take things one step at a time. Don't look too far in the future. That's scary, that's daunting. Face the next 24 hours, day by day. We'll always get through it. If you have any tips that you feel like sharing that have helped you, definitely comment those down below. I got myself a lovely little salad here to munch on while I talk about some of the things that I've learned about breakups. Obviously, this is just from one person's point of view, and there's been so many lessons every single day, but these are a few that I wanted to share. First things first, it's gonna feel like the end of the world until one day it doesn't. And there's no timeline for when that day comes. There's no timeline for when you feel like you can finally breathe again, but it comes. If there's one thing about humans is that it's that we're resilient and we adjust. We have the ability to do that. And you know, I really learned that you can't put a timeline on yourself for things. Like, okay, by this month, by the end of this month, by the end of this week, I will feel good again. I'm gonna get back into it, whatever, like I'm gonna be healed. You can't put a timeline on yourself because things are gonna happen at their own pace. You can't force it. You can't force healing, even though you might want to, even though you might wanna like expedite the process. You really have to give it its own space and time to do that, because if you force something, it's never gonna be good. I think it really has to happen naturally. I learned that it's okay to put yourself first, even if it feels selfish sometimes, because I have been in that situation, and there's been certain times where, you know, I really had to step back and be like, okay, what's truly best for me? Not in like a malicious way, but you know, sometimes it's hard to put you first. It's like that TikTok sound, I gotta put me first. Sometimes you really do, and sometimes it's gonna hurt. I truly believe that you are the most important person in your life, and if you don't take care of yourself, no one else can do that for you, only to a certain extent. And when I say stuff like that, when I talk about how you have to put yourself first and how you're the most important person in your life, that's not me saying don't give a shit about anyone, because people are so important, and your friends and your family and the people you care about, obviously that's so important. So I'm not saying that in like a super intense way, but I learned that everything comes in waves. Truly, there's gonna be some days where you wake up and you're like, wow, I feel good again. I feel healed. I can breathe easy. And then the next day you might wake up and feel like the entire world is falling apart and you can't even get out of bed. It's all a part of the process. I feel like with breakups, feelings come in waves. There might be a few days where you feel really good, and then those feelings might dip. But what I do know and what I can say is that there are more good days coming ahead. That is so crazy. I have my phone on silent, but it's still like playing music. And look what song popped up as soon as I said the word good days are coming. What are the odds of that? Nothing's a coincidence. I guess that's the universe's way of telling me I'm spitting facts. I'm just kidding. I noticed this pattern, so I wanted to share it with you to hopefully give you some hope if you're going through it right now. But, you know, even though there's gonna be days, weeks, months where it just feels like your world is over. First of all, I wanna say your world isn't over, just a world is. It's just a piece of your world that's over, but your entire world's not over, I promise. But what I was gonna say is that the more time goes on, the more good days are gonna come with that. And eventually there's gonna be more good days than bad days. And then at some point, it's just you're gonna feel good again. And you know, I've talked to so many people who even a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years post breakup, you know, they'll still get in their feelings sometimes, and that's totally normal. It's the human condition. We have feelings and we're emotional creatures, and it's so normal to feel your feelings. I learned that it's so important to express your feelings and feel them, because if you keep them bottled up, it's a recipe for disaster, and it's kind of like shaking a soda can. And then eventually once, you know, you crack the lid open a little bit, it just explodes everywhere. That's kind of how we are too. So when you're feeling something, express it. If you don't feel comfortable expressing it to other people, put it in a journal, make a video diary about it, write it out, you know, work it out. Honestly, physical movement has helped so so much. The possibilities for you and for your future are so endless. That's literally why I got I am limitless tattooed on my arm, because in this season of life, that's how I've been feeling, is just feeling like who I can be, who I might become. The options are just limitless. And while there are moments where maybe I get a little bit in my feelings, I feel like if anything, now at least, because it's been a while and I've healed so much, I am just looking towards the future with so much excitement. I don't think about the future too much. I will say that. I've talked about how I'm not like a futuristic based person. I really try to like take each moment as it is. And I have become more present since all of this, because I'm like, wow, people, friends, moments are fleeting. You never know when something's gonna be the last time you do something with someone. I just had so many realizations after that happened. So I'm really just enjoying moments as they come now, which has been so beautiful. We have a new Olipop flavor to try. This is cream soda. I used to love this as a kid. I haven't had cream soda in so many years. Plus, this is one of my favorite drinkity drink brands. It smells so good. Smell that, it smells like vanilla cream dream. Bottoms up, cheers. I got this from Whole Foods. Kind of wishing I got more because I have a feeling I'm gonna love it. Let's try. That is amazing. This poured over some vanilla ice cream. Are you joking? A cream soda float. 10 out of 10. Exceeded my expectations. So good. Before I end off this video, I wanted to share the one thing that really kept me going through all of this. And it's a quote from a song. This is for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. But every day above ground is a great day. Remember that. Time of our lives, sung by Pitbull, and that is how I healed.